G'day everyone, welcome to Xrissart. My name is Chrissy and thank you for joining me once again. Okay, Cherry, my dear, hello, how you going? How you going? Nice to see you here. Well, okay, now I've got lots of projects happening. Oh, Catrice, hello, how you going? Welcome, welcome, nice to see you here. Okay, so we've been talking about our self-portraits for a little while, and I have put in Share Your Art with Xrissart, the Facebook, our Facebook group. I have put all the rules there, which is not really nothing difficult or anything like that, but we're heading towards the end of August, and of course the due date, it is a clear deadline, the 31st of August, wherever you are in the world. And I've already had a few entries, and which I'm really pleased about. So, and I thought to myself, just to, of course, I'm not going to, and there's going to be prizes. Just wanted to let you know as well. There are going to be prizes, and I thought, well, look, I'm not going to be in this, and we're going to have Will from Unmasked Art to judge. So, of course, I have nothing to do with this, and of course, I'm not going to submit mine, but I wanted to do it because all you guys are doing it, and so I thought that and it's not a very big piece. It's 24 centimeters by 30 centimeters Pastelmat, and it's really weird painting yourself, isn't it? So the people that have done it, I'm thinking to myself, it must be really weird just looking at your face all the time and painting. I mean, anyways, but many artists have done self-portraits in hundreds of years ago, and I thought, well, you know, anyway, so it's something that we do sometimes. But I just wanted to say a very quick hello again to, hello Karen, nice to see you here. And of course, Wendy, thank you so much for moderating the stream. G'day, Wendy. And Marcy, hello, my dear, how you going? Yes, it is morning here, and belated birthday, thank you very much. And Louise, hello, Louise. All right, so I went ahead and just did the eyes, and of course, the eyes are not done, of course, but I need to, if I'm looking at myself, at least I want to do the eyes. Dean, hello, good morning to all my art-loving amigos. I hope you are having a beautiful day or night wherever you are in the beautiful world of ours. And thank you for the super chat, Dean. Well, everyone, Dean is my nephew, so I just wanted to say, hi, sweetheart, how you going? Oh, you know, I always love family when it comes in. And Helen, hello, Helen, how you going? Gabriella, hello. Okay, get cracking, Chrissy. All right, so I have glassine. It's only for my hand, and I have a mixing palette as well. Brenda, hello. Hello, Chrissy. Watching, can't paint, have shingles. Oh, you poor thing. Bad drive. Oh, my gosh. And the shingles last for a long time, don't they? Yes, they do when you're older. Okay, I'm using brushes. I'm using all sorts of pans next to me. And by the way, can I just say, just to let you know, I've been sharpening my pencils with just a cheapy handheld sharpener that I'm going to chuck after, as soon as the blade dulls, it's out, because it's only, you know, they're not very expensive. I don't know, $1, 50 cents, 60 cents, whatever. So, but it's just enough. Sharpening pastel pencils is like the con. You know, there are pros and cons of every medium, and sharpening pastel pencils is a bugger. So that's why I'm using this. And of course, I've got a little Caran d'Ache handheld sharpener blade, which is okay too. Nanette, hello, my darling. How you going? Welcome. All right, so here we go. So I know that there's a few people that have already submitted their self-portraits, but I just wanted to find out who else is going ahead. Oh, Nior, hello. How you going? Wendy says, Chrissy, is that going to be a speech bubble around her head? No. You know what it's going to be? It could, I know, it could look like that. But it's a palette. It's an actual painting palette where, but it's not going to be round circles. It's just going to be blotches of color because, yeah, which represents me, I think. I love color, and of course the palette represents art, doesn't it, for all of us? And so that's what that's going to be. Normally I would have done, I would have put, like frisket, masking film, but I want it to overlap into the hair, so I don't really care about that so much. And so, yeah, so here we go. That's what's going on. Helen says, I'm only here for a little while. Looks like I tore a muscle in my calf. Painful. Oh, gosh. So have to get up this. You know what? That must be really hard. Chrissy, Wendy says, Chrissy, you should turn the palette into a clock. That would represent you even more. Oh, Rob, hello, my darling. How you going, mate? How you going? And yours says, better now. I had some bad weeks. Oh, okay. All right. I want to mix some skin tones. And of course, you know what? In my photo, I've got a crooked nose. So I'm going to have to paint this crooked nose. And I'm looking at my skin tone, and it's, I don't know. I mean, I'm okay for gauging everyone else's skin tones, but I think looking at mine is just a bit how you're going. But anyway, I'm mixing in a few colours. So, oh, hello, Tilly. I think this is the first time I've seen you. Welcome. Nice to see you. Hello, y'all. Okay, so that's got to be American for sure. Joining you from North Florida. There you go. I hadn't finished reading the sentence. North Florida. Oh, wow. Oh, you guys up there in the Northern Hemisphere must be having a time and a half with all the heat that's going on. To be honest, I wish it was like that here. Could I tell you it's like about 10 degrees here in my area. Not all of Australia is like that, by the way. The northern part of Australia is still hot, like it's summer over where all you guys are. My sons live in the northern part of Australia, and they just walk around with t-shirt and shorts if they're not in their in their cams. So it's, yeah, but there you go. Look at this. Chandri, hello, my darling. How you going? Okay, I have drawn Chrissy before. Have you? You mean your portrait or me? Okay, I've got to. Oh, yes, you have. That's right, you did too, Rob. Now I remember. No, the idea is to draw you, and you have to not draw me. It's not drawing me. It's a self-portrait, remember. It would be nice of you to do that, Rob. You should do it, mate. All right. Now, just letting you know, look at this pan. This is the tint, right? Now, can I just say, look how, this is what the bottom of a pan looks like. But can I say that this has lasted for a really, 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 really long time, and it's worth every cent, okay? I know that they can get a bit expensive each one, but they last for a very long time. It's a bit like watercolor paints, like that little tube, like, I don't know, 5 mil or something. I don't know what it is in ounces and stuff like that, less than that. But, a little bit goes a long way. It's a bit like this, So here we go. Debbie, hello Deb, how you going? Nice to see you here. Nice to see you. Okay. It's not hot in the UK. I know. Is it raining there still? Is it raining? I think that's because I know that you guys were, it was raining, and Chandra was talking about rain as well. My new neighbour just told me that she had 62 degrees while being in Afghanistan. Oh, that is hot. Now that is just hot. You just couldn't last outside, could you? There's no way. No way. No way. Oh, but I got, you know, I know that you guys are having a hard time, but can I just say, I wish it was just a bit warmer. I know it's just around the corner for us, so, yeah, okay. Yeah. All right, so this is really weird. Your drawings are not forgettable, Rob. They are not. I was just trying to, you know, I've seen quite a few images since that time, actually. And Karen says, don't forget to thumbs up. Oh, you are so sweet, Karen. What, you only 2 thumbs up? Oh, look, you are so sweet. Thank you so much. Yes, yeah. Yes, it would be great if you could all thumbs up if you can. Helps the channel, helps me move. Yep. Yeah, because YouTube don't, you know, if you, yeah, I don't know. YouTube is funny lately. They do all sorts of things. 1 minute, I almost lost all my videos this week. I didn't know where they'd all gone, but apparently they came back again. I don't know. YouTube is doing funny things. But yes, thank you so much. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, so yeah, so this portrait, I was going to do some. Oh, can I just show you what I've also bought as well? I've been shopping now. You know my my love affair with acrylic paints. Okay, so we've already been through that. We all know, but you know me. I'm tenacious. I'm like a tenacious bulldog. You know, I will not. I will not let go, right? So I went ahead and bought another brush. Now this is a Liquitex Freestyle brush. It's 10 centimeters or 4 inches. The bristles are probably better than what I was using last week. So, and it's really good on like large canvases, of course, you know what I mean? But I find that there's like a resistance. And, you know, so, yeah, but I went to my local shop and it was, they were bloody expensive. So I purchased these ones from Amazon and, you know, it took about 10 days. But yes, so there you go. As you can see, and well, of course, I bought 2. I bought 2 just in case if I couldn't find this one. So, but yeah, so, ooh. Yeah, so there you go. See, it just goes to show I'm not giving up. Yes, Helen, I actually finished Coloured Pencil Piece in 24 hours. Had so much fun with the tutorial from it. Yes, I saw it. It was so cool. So cool. I liked it a lot. Yeah, okay. That's right, Brenda. You always give a thumbs up. Thank you so much. Tilly says, oh, okay. Okay. Oh, Dee Dee, hello, darling. And of course, you know, Aphrodite that's my daughter, everyone. So, g'day, sweetheart. How you going? I'm doing a self-portrait, sweetie. Of course, we call her Dee Dee, but her name is Aphrodite. Now, can that be? Isn't that such a beautiful? She's a Greek goddess herself, anyway. But it's the, you know, the ancient Greek goddess. Yes. Okay, artist, Chrissy, you bought 2 in case you couldn't find one. Interesting. I know. Look, I know, Nanette. I know. It's not. I know. I knew the minute I showed you that it was. Actually, I showed Janice, and she goes, "You bought 2." She did say that. I must admit. Oh, yes, Karen. Yeah, it is a beautiful name. Yeah. Yeah, Aphrodite, isn't it? Just a gorgeous name. Yeah. And, you know, and she's gorgeous too, I've got to say. She's beautiful. Dee, hello. Making dinner rolls while watching. Excellent. This is what we like to see. Joining in. That's it. You can be doing anything. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Okay. All right. Now I'm using a brush like you've seen me use many times before. And of course, as you can see, it's really, really blotchy, and it's going to be blotchy for a very long time. So, Abigail, hi everyone. Great to meet you again. Hello, darling. How you going? Nice to see you here. Yep. Yes. So it would be good. So I'm hoping that that you are going to. Aphrodite says, "Okay, all good. Have just woken up, ready to start the day." There she goes. Well, Deeti has given me 3 grandchildren. How about that? And they're all gorgeous, of course. You know, the most beautiful grandchildren in the world. Everyone will say that, I'm sure, about their own grandchildren. Love your coloured pencil. Yeah. Oh yes. Yeah. Yeah. It is a beautiful name. Yes. Yes. Yeah, she gets a few nicknames, but well, we call her Dee Dee. Or sometimes we call her Kukla, which has nothing to do with her name, but it means doll. I always call her Kukla, which means doll in Greek, by the way. And she is a doll. She's lovely. Okay. I was going to say something, and oh yes. Oh, so for those in the chat who are not members of Share Your Art with Xrissart, we continue the conversation, and from the live stream to the Facebook group, we usually talk about. Sometimes, like, we'll talk about. You know, this is for the people that are just coming in, of course. Usually we might be having a conversation, or we're talking about our art projects and stuff like that, and we just put them in the Facebook group. And really, there are no real hard and fast rules. Just be nice to each other, respect each other, which we all do. And the reason why we call it Share Your Art with Xrissart is because I want you all to share your work, your channels if you've got channels, your videos if you've got channels, your tips and tricks. If you bought a really cool art supply, and where it was from, that would be, you know, this would be a place where you would do that. So it's really just, ooh, don't spray it, Chrissy, say it. Oh gosh. Yeah. Yeah, so that's what it would be, you know, sharing. Oh, there you go. Thanks, Wendy, so much. Rob says, Chrissy looks too young to be a grandma. Well, I will take that compliment every time. You know that? Bring it on, baby. Oh, God, I'm still... Yes. Yes. So I will take that 1,000 times. And Wendy's about to be a grandmother too, by the way. So there you go. Bet you didn't know that. Yeah. Isn't it funny how, you know, what you get to be called when you're a grandmother? I get, well, I'm called Yaya, so that's what I get called. And that is, yeah, that's what I get called, Yaya Chrissy. So that's what I get called. Yeah, so I've got, apart from this project, I've got quite a few projects in the making, and some of them I'm almost finished, or in the process of finishing. I just finished one this week. She was a bit odd, but we call her Lady Marmalade. Congratulations, Wendy. You'll be, oh yeah, of course. Okay. Oh, you're Omar. Is that what you are, Dee? Is that what you're called? Omar, to 5? To 5 grandchildren. Oh, wow. Omar, I like that. Okay, you look too young. Oh, there she goes. See? You know, Rob, you are a smoothie, that's for sure. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I've been I mean, I'm talking here. This is a pastel, but I wanted to talk about this acrylic painting and people pouring acrylic pours. So I'm getting myself ready to do another acrylic pour, but this is going to be a biggie, and this is going to be, and of course, this is for Dee Dee, my daughter. I have been commissioned. And I've got quite a few art pieces to do for her, which I'm nearly finished one of them. Some finishing touches on one for my granddaughter, Elizabeth, who we call Bet. She's getting 2, and I've got 2 for Penelope, which is my other granddaughter, but we call her Pen or Penny. And of course, Dee Dee, she's getting 2 as well. It's very, very exciting. Wendy says, Chrissy's still older than me, though. That's right. Yeah, I am. Yep. Way older, by the way. Wendy's just a baby. She's going off her nut. Okay, my kids call my mother Sofft, which is grandmother in Hebrew. For years, they have thought it was her name. And am I pronouncing it correctly, Abigail? Is it Sofft? Sofft. There she goes, Wendy. It's not that way, please. Okay. I've also Cherry says okay. I've also got 5. Oh, Cherry. The youngest starts school this autumn, and the oldest is 22. Oh, wow. Wow. What did I pick up? Here we go. Yes. Oh, I said it right, Abigail. Fantastic. And of course, Marcy is a grandmother as well. Yeah. So what do you get called, Marcy? What will you be called? Oh my gosh, look, I'm going to have to paint in my wrinkles, by the way. Not happy about that, but just when I get to look at myself too much, I think. Okay. Yes. But that's all right. Problem is that we're in lockdown and I can't get to see them. Usually, because I live north, and I live about close to 2 hours away, not nearly 2 hours away. So, plus, they're in lockdown at the moment, so I can't go and see them. But hopefully, when it's all done, I will. When I'm allowed. I'm about your age, I think, and live and have a son of 11 years old. Okay. Helen says, isn't Salem the place of witches? Okay, Rob says, you don't have wrinkles, Chrissy. Maybe laughter lines because you're always happy. See? You always say the nicest things. I'm going to take every bit of compliment that you're going to dish out. Oh. I look like I've got a really big chin in this photo. It must be the angle. Gosh. I don't know. I'm going to have to modify this. I don't know. I'll have to make myself look the way I am, but oh, jeepers creepers. Interesting. So, I wanted to ask a question. About when you finish your artwork, what do you do with your artwork? Do you store them? Do you sell them? Do you put them in exhibitions, or what do you do with your artwork? For those in the chat here, Helen says, my kids are 19 and 17, but the youngest is 2 meters tall. My God, that's tall. Yeah. So there's a reason why I asked that. Yeah. Because what's happening with me is that because I've got a lot of artwork, my husband goes to me, he says to me, now, Gaz, are you going to sell all of that? What are you doing with it? We don't have enough storage space. We don't have enough storage space. And I went, yeah, of course. I just haven't had time to push that side of it too much. You know what I mean? Okay. I don't know if you're the oldest, Brenda. You don't look that age. You're looking pretty sharp for that age, I've got to say. Abigail says, okay, I don't want to snitch, but Chrissy, oh yes, okay, did talk about your drawers. She really wants to have them. Oh, okay. Oh, hang on. I don't want to snitch, but Chrissy, did your drawers, Rob, she really wants to have, oh yes, those. I would love to have, it sounds funny now I'm going to say this, but I have to say it because that's what it is. I'd like to have your drawers, Rob, but they're too heavy to transport. The freight would cost me just as much as the drawers would. That's so funny. Okay, my artwork. Oh, you store your artwork in a box. Okay, Dee says some in a drawer, just some stuck to the wall, yeah, and some I give away. Okay, and Annette says Abigail. Okay, Louise says mostly store my art, enter art shows, exhibits, markets, gift to family and friends. And I wanted to say something about what Louise is saying. I've got some on the wall, says Cherry, and Karen says my husband won't let me sell mine. He jokes that it's worth more after the artist dies. And I joke about that too with my husband too, Karen, I've got to say. Yeah, that's quite funny. Okay, and Debbie says, I enter art shows. Okay, I also want, that's what I want. Okay, frame some of the work, then hang them up in my studio and display some of my art in small easels in my studio. Yes, also give some gifts. Yes. Helen says, okay, it's something like what Debbie said as well and what Louise said as well. And this is what I do as well. I enter some in art shows. Then it makes you frame them. Some I've got in my house, and some are just around my studio as well. But yeah, I just wanted to find out, in your part of the world, here in Australia, we have quite a lot of art prizes, exhibitions, and yeah, I just wanted to find out in your neck of the woods, you know, do you have these regularly, and do you submit your work regularly? Marcy says, Chrissy, my mum already has dibs on Nana. Okay, I'm happy with whatever he starts calling me. I'm leaning towards just good old Grammy. Oh, that's nice. It's lovely. So this is what I mean. Yeah, we've got here in Australia. We've got there's quite a lot of competitions, exhibits, art prizes. Yeah, I just wanted to know what you guys do with your artwork once you've done them. Yeah, it's really interesting. Yeah, for us, it's called artprize.com.au for us here in Australia, and you just go in and it gives you the whole 12-month calendar of what's being submitted. So a lot of the galleries around Australia, from the smallest art prize to Archibald, which is the one of the most famous Australian portrait art prize, but there's some huge ones around Australia in lots of states, and they offer quite a bit of money, quite a bit of dosh, and some don't, which is okay. It's nice to have experience in putting your work in in these art prizes, but it's always subjective. Remember, when you're putting your work into art prizes, that it's not going to be something that, I mean, sometimes when you submit your artwork, it's not, you don't know what the judges are thinking, so that's always something to think about. And the people that have, for example, the people that have put their art prizes in, do you have you done anything recently? Wendy says, technically, Chrissy, it's subjective. Yes, Wendy says, in any case, not sure, entering in competitions. Yes, most definitely, I agree. It's always subjective. Okay, Helen, thank you so much, sweetheart, for popping by and saying hello. I hope you get better soon. It's interesting. It's interesting what you don't know what's on the judge's mind and what they want out of a painting. Do they want, I mean, people that would enter these exhibitions or these art prizes, I would imagine that the judges know that you've got ability or certain capabilities, so they know. So they're probably looking for something that they haven't seen before. So how do you go about, So the best idea is just to paint what you feel and what you're happy doing, and whatever happens. And then when you go into these kinds of art prize competitions, when I enter, not that I enter all the time, but every now and again when I do, I've always got it in the back of my mind that, there's so many wonderful pieces out there. The fact that you're able to show them in a public place, an exhibition, I think is awesome for a start. And if somebody notices it, well, that's cream on the top. That is, that's how I look at it. But you've got to paint things that you're happy painting, and it comes out in the work as well. But you don't know what the judges are going to, where they're going to lean towards and stuff like that. Wendy says, just ask Chrissy, she'll tell you. But then again, hers is too, okay, what? Abigail, okay, okay. Wendy says to Abigail, art or art supplies, do I go further up? There you go. Abigail says, I tell my kids my art is their inheritance. That's a good idea. That's a very good idea. And then, hang on, let me get further down. Wendy says, yeah, just ask Chrissy, she'll tell you. But then hers is too, yes. Marcy says, Chrissy, I'm probably adult. But what does subjective... Oh, okay, I see. I hear it a lot and always fail to Google it. Okay. When we talk... Now, I hope I can articulate it. I hope I can articulate it the way it's in my head. Subjective. When people say, oh, it's subjective, it's usually... oh, I knew I was going to stumble on this one. I know what it is. It just means it's what they favour, what they like, what they favour in a particular topic. I'm just using a few adjectives. Okay, Wendy says, based on or influenced by personal feelings, tastes or opinions. See, Wendy articulated it so much better than what I could. I know what it is, but yeah, and that's what it is. So, you know, maybe a judge woke up on the wrong side of the bed one day and he or she was, you know, a bit pooey and they were in a mood, who knows, and God knows. So they go, no, don't like any of them. You know what I mean? It's like that. It all depends how I don't know. Sometimes it all depends how they're feeling, their tastes, and I think that's probably right. But I think the judges are probably aware of their own taste, and I'm pretty sure. I would like to think that they're not influenced by their taste, but you know, that's more often no than it is yes. I've got to say, but. I tell you what, I definitely would not like to be a judge. I would find it really, really hard. And thank goodness I'm not judging the self-portrait challenge. I've left it all to Will to do. Oh dear, thank goodness for that. Yeah, nah, not doing that one. And he was happy to do it, so which is really cool. Yeah. Okay. Okay. And Wendy says, you and me both have a girl. Okay, we're working on something big. Chrissy got a sneak peek. Ah, yeah, new things come. Oh, yes. Yeah, okay. Well, I won't spill the beans there. That's a Wendy thing to do. Or you drew a perfect portrait that looks exactly like the judge's mother-in-law. Okay, you get no, what is it? You get no point. Or you drew a perfect portrait that looks exactly like the judge's mother-in-law and you'll get no, yes, that's right. Yeah. Well, if they like their mother-in-law, it might be all right. Okay. Look at me, I'm all in patches here. Very nice. Very nice. All in patches. So with exhibitions, So Marcy, now you know. When people say subjective, you'll know what that means. Sort of. And you're not adult. Okay. Okay. Wendy just Karen, are you in Share Your Art with Xrissart? You are. Okay. Karen just posted something in Share Your Art with Xrissart, and Wendy just showed me, and I'm thinking to myself, oh my gosh, that's so fantastic. I'm going to go in and have a look. So I haven't had a chance to have a look today. So I just woke up from brekkie here, and so I haven't had a chance to look what's on the site. But yes, wonderful. And this is what it's like. You know, we talk about our artwork and we show it off in the Facebook page, which is fantastic. Okay, I think Chrissy's son-in-law will like Chrissy. Well, it's so funny how you said that. Well, I've got one daughter and 3 sons, okay? When I first met my son-in-law, right, and it was funny, we had the conversation. I'm not going to say too much other than he was, he goes, he made a comment, I remember, I'll never forget it. He goes, well, one thing, he says to his daughter, he said to Dee Dee, my daughter, he goes, well, if you look like your mum at that age, everything is okay. And I'm thinking to myself, yes. And that's, but you know, who knows? He wasn't sure then how I was going to look like at this age, but this was like in my early 40s. My early 40s? Yeah, it was at my early 40s. Oh my gosh, it's been a long time. That's your first pan pastel, Karen. Oh, yes. How did you find it? How did you find using them? Was it easy for you? I'm always interested because people have different experiences. And was it on Pastelmat? And was it on Pastelmat? Have to ask. As you can see, this process is really, really slow. So all I'm trying to do is just get a first layer of pastel down, marking out my darks and, you know, my darks and my lights. Yeah. And so, and what creative things has everyone done lately? Abigail says, I still need to draw my portrait, but I have an idea for the next group project. Ooh. Each participant gets a picture of someone else in the group to draw. Ooh, a portrait that can be fun. Oh my gosh, that sounds wonderful. That's a great, you know what, Abigail, you always come up with some really good ideas. Actually, a lot of you come up with some really good ideas. Okay, Karen says, love it, but still like a diamond in the rough. Okay. Mi tante. Okay. It'll be interesting to see if you were trying Pastelmat. There are differences. Okay. You are only late 40s now, Chrissy, and won't believe anything different. I'm taking that. Yes. You're my friend forever. Okay, we can get to know each other better. Yes, we can. That's a very good idea. Yeah, no, you've got some really good ideas, Abigail. You come up with some beauties. Yeah. So we've had some interesting challenges this year so far. Really interesting actually. At work, someone was asking me about some team building exercises and stuff like that, and I spoke about our group painting. That we do every year, and I was trying to explain what we do, where we get one image and each person gets a square or a tile of part of the painting. They don't know what it is, and they get the reference and they go ahead and they do it in any medium. And I was explaining all of that to her, and then when I showed her a couple of the group paintings that we've done, because we've done 3 so far every year. We've done it for 3 years. And like, she was amazed how all of this worked. And I'm thinking to myself, well, you know what? I go, it's such a cool project. And I said, well, I go, everyone did their own, you know, use their mediums of choice, and they and did it in like whatever. It could have been watercolor, oils, colored pencil, whatever, and they submitted it. And I was explaining the whole story, and she thought this was really amazing. So I thought, oh, and she goes, oh, would you like to organize that for, this is my day job, by the way, for a team building exercise, seeing as that we're all having a bit of a hard time. And I go, yep, no worries. But I thought, isn't that good that we get together and we do these lovely group paintings together? I mean, painting is such a singular thing, you know. It's very solitary and stuff like that, and to do something in a group, and it makes everyone feel nice, you know. It makes you feel like you've completed something together, you know what I mean? So yeah, I always love doing things like that. Let me see. So, and then Wendy says, Chrissy, what is the most challenging experience you have had you've had as an artist? And you can't say acrylic. Okay. All right. Linda, hello from Japan. No, you're not late, my darling. Hello, how are you? Hope all is well with you. Okay, back to Wendy's question. What is the most challenging experience you've had as an artist? The most challenging part as an artist. Probably overcoming the most challenging part, and I still struggle with that sometimes, is overcoming my fear about attacking certain projects. That is always a constant challenge for me. Sometimes, like, I'll see, like, you know, classic example, I have a blank page here. And, you know, sometimes I think, well, am I going to pull it off? You know what I mean? Am I going to pull it off? And that's always like, I always second guess myself all the time. I don't know why that is. I shouldn't have to do that, but I do. And I don't know if you all have the same feeling. Sometimes you look at a blank canvas, at a blank sheet of paper, you know, and it's not until when it's sort of, yeah, so if we're talking, and that is an experience, but it's usually fear of not pulling it off. I think that's always it's a challenge for me to overcome all the time. And then once I get my momentum, then I'm pretty much okay. I feel a little bit more comfortable. But there is a while, you know. Good question, Wendy. I like that one. What about everyone else? Does everyone else have the same? You know, what has been your most challenging art experience? Rob says, acrylic is difficult though. Yes, well, you know, not for everyone, but anyway. Okay. Nanette says, I always wonder if I can pull it off. Yes, and actually surprised when I do. Yes, see, Nanette, we're thinking the same. Janice, hello, darling. She's lurking. Hi, Janice, how you going? Also moderating the stream, of course. Dee says, for me, it is just at the beginning and thinking this is far harder than I should be doing. Yes, I know. I totally understand. Totally get that. Wendy says, absolutely, Chrissy, every piece. I never know if it will come out until it is done. Yes. And Cherry says, I hate starting a new piece and always worry about it. Well, I have to say, Cherry, the patrons who are on my Patreon channel, and there is a very difficult piece that we're doing right now, and like on Patreon, I try to stretch you and go beyond what you think that you are capable of, and what happens is that you end up producing some really fantastic artwork. And Cherry, and I think there's Kathy who's also doing this particular project, and there's Carol who's not in the chat today, but she also is tackling that. And that's what it is, it's tackling that difficult project, and that's what Cherry's thinking, I'm sure. I hate starting a new piece and always worry about it, and that's exactly, we're doing a very difficult piece on Patreon here. And Louise says, yes, Chrissy, convincing oneself to start something either new or more complex. Yep. However, the reward when you complete, whether marvelous or not. Yes. Yes. The win is doing it. Yes. Most definite. Most definite. And Wendy says, speaking of which, Chrissy does have a Patreon. There you go, where you can learn new techniques and challenge yourself with. Oh, thank you so much, Wendy. Thank you for putting that. Thank you for mentioning that as well. Yes, the Patreon channel that I'm doing. I mean, it is tutorial, of course, but we get to share and learn new techniques on there, which we have been to do certain subjects, which is what we did this week. But yes, this channel is more based around, although we do basic stuff, but it's more, I'm pushing you to do, thank you, Wendy, thank you so much. It's just pushing you a little bit more. And you know what? For every one, I tell you what, for every one masterpiece or for every one success story, you would have to have done 50 million unsuccessful ones. Do you know what I mean? You can't just do it, do a masterpiece straight away. You've got to, you've got to keep on practicing, keep on pushing, and then by the end of it, you're so confident, that you're capable no matter what subject matter comes up. And this is a really interesting story. I'll tell you what, one of my boys, one of my sons, it's Miguel, who comes in from time to time, you see him. He's the drawer. He's the drawer. There are, I have two musicians and one who paints and draws. And that's Miguel. And I asked him, he's got a sketchbook, because he's in the army. He's got a sketchbook and graphite. He likes to work with graphite. And I asked him the other day, I go, how are you going with your drawing? How are you going with your drawing? And he goes, oh, Mum, I haven't been in the mood. And of course, we know what that is like, when you don't have your mojo, or if you've lost your mojo and stuff like that. And I said to him, I go, look, I'm going to keep on encouraging you, and I'm going to keep on encouraging you, and you can keep on saying to me, he goes, Mum, I'm not interested, or I'm not feeling it. And I go, that's okay. But I said to him, because I need to go back to what we were saying before, or what I was saying before, is that when he draws something, he wants it to be perfect every time. And I go, it can't be perfect every time. I go, in your sketchbook, no one gets to see your sketchbook. Right? Paint and draw, or draw stupid figures, funny figures, who knows, anything, any subjects. He goes, no one needs to see. So he always thinks that he has to, every time he puts pencil to paper, it has to be something like a masterpiece. So this is what we're saying here, that it doesn't have to be a masterpiece. You know what I mean? So I said to him the same thing. I go, for every one good drawing that you do, you would have had to have practiced like 50 million times that particular subject. I always say 50 million. It's not 50 million, but, a lot. Okay, thank you, and everyone in Chrissy's group are awesome. Oh, aren't you a sweetheart? Isn't Rob so nice? Yes, everyone in Chrissy's art group yes, we are all awesome artists, that's for sure. And Wendy says, There is no, oh, do I have to go further? Oh, okay. Here we go. Sorry, I missed something. Wendy says 50 million is a little excessive, Chrissy. Let's go with 49 million. Okay, that's more realistic. I know, that's funny how I say that. There is no such thing as perfect, Chrissy, Wendy says. And I agree, 1,000 million, 50 million %. 49 million %. How about that? Okay. Oh, dear. Yes, so there. Okay, it's a myth that Mozart never reworked any of his compositions. Well, there you go. I reckon it is. No, that's right. I agree. It's impossible. It can't be. There we go. Abigail says to Wendy, I bet that is the reason Van Gogh has cut his ear. He probably hated painting ears. See? What us artists go to. The lengths that we go to. Poor guy. Well, we know he wasn't well up there, so yeah. Janice says, Chrissy, are you sure not 51 million %? Chrissy is going to cut. Chrissy's going to cut her hands off. I know. Luckily, I don't have hands in this portrait, hey? Marcy says, Chrissy, I always say 52 million when I mean a whole lot. There you go. I have been saying 50 million for so many years. And, my boys were saying, Mum, why do you always say 50 million? Like, why do you? I go, because it's a lot. Because this is when I was saying, when I was talking to them about certain things. I've told you 50 million times. When you're, trying to discipline your children. I've told you 50 million times. Don't do that. Don't do that. And this is how it all comes about. Okay. So, Wendy says, so is it 51 when it isn't a lot? Oh, and Abigail says, and feet. That's right. Feet and hands. Oh, God. So funny. So funny. So funny. So if you're disciplined, okay, a gazillion, there you go. Abigail says a gazillion is more. Okay, just shapes, Chrissy. Yes, of course. Of course it is. Yes, I know. You're right. Just shapes. They are shapes. It is just shapes. But, we all have a hang-up about something, don't we? So that's what it is. Yeah. Can I just say this paper that I'm using to mix on, and I know I've said it before, but it's a toned paper, and you know what? It is really good for mixing colours. It's very neutral, and although I was mixing on white for all those times, I'm really liking this tan. So if anyone is, and I suppose that works for watercolour. If you've got a tanned palette, oil, acrylic, that would work. Of course it would. Cherry says, I haven't even attempted feet yet. Oh, that would be hilarious. Okay, well, yeah. Lisa, hello. Nice to see you here. Welcome. It's all those knuckles and they're all like little sausages, aren't they? Yes. Yeah. Yeah, so 50 million, always 50 million. 50 million times. Gonna go with a smaller brush in a minute. Trying to put as much pastel as I can down. Yes, so all right. Looks like I'm bringing out the big guns, which is the little brush. Okay. Okay, question. Oh, I love questions. Questions. Question, please, says Rob. For everyone, which is really cool. Okay, if you were to draw a portrait that was requested to be a black and white, what medium would you choose? Oh, do you mean like as in charcoal? If you requested to be in black and white, yeah, because there's charcoal. Oh, that's right. Charcoal, pastel, oil paint, acrylic paint, colored pencil, graphite. Wow. For me, I've done black and white portraits, and I've done them in oil. I have done them in oil. Oil or pastel? Probably pastel these days, but you know, for me it'd be pastel. What medium would you choose? Pastel or oil for me. Yeah. Okay, Wendy says, Chrissy, besides our New Year's stream bash, what is the longest you have worked on a painting in one sitting? I have done one in 12 hours. I have sat down for 12 hours now, and I can tell you the project, it's the one where I've got hands going like that. That was 12 hours. Admittedly, that was on a live stream, but it's not the New Year's one. It was another one. But yes, 12 hours. And I managed to finish it, I think, on that day too. Do you remember that one, Wendy? Maybe. So yes, that's a very good question too. Oh, give me questions. Come on, give me questions. Come on. Okay. And Wendy says to Rob, depends upon the reference. I let the reference tell me. There you go. Then go with what I'm most comfortable with at the time. Yep. Yes, Chrissy says Rob. Yep. Avagale says, I choose charcoal and probably regret it. I'm still scared of charcoal. Wow. Okay. It's very messy. It's more messy than pastel, that's for sure. Okay. Deb says, good question, Rob. I would probably use colored pencils or PanPastel with pastel pencils. There you go. Cherry says, I tried white pencil on black paper once. Ooh, that's a good one. So far, and really liked it. There you go. D says, only use two mediums. I would guess pastel pencils. Okay. Okay. Wendy says, Chrissy, I challenge... I'm not even going to read the... No, I'll read the rest of it. But okay, here we go. Chrissy, I challenge you to go to do a black and white monochrome piece next week. Any subject. All right. I shall do it. Okay? All right. Okay. Folks, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a black and white. That will be next week's project. Okay? Hand on my heart. I'm going to do it. All right? Bloody hell. I always get... How do I get myself into these things? But no, I will. I'll do it. Cherry says, okay, I do try and then my old head gets a bit I need to practice more. Cherry, you're a fabulous artist. Chandri says, is there a medium you would never try? You know what? there's I want to, but I won't try it, and it's sculpting. It's probably something. I mean, it probably is fun, but yeah, yeah. Mind you, in the art store, I've walked past a whole heap of sculpting supplies and the clays and the, you know. I'm not saying that I don't want to. I'm saying that I probably would not try it. Has anyone, because I know Wendy has, because I've seen her projects, but who else has tried using pottery or, you know, doing pottery or ceramics or sculpting? Has anyone in the chat done that? Okay, let me see. Let's see. I would have to say acrylic. But that's only because it's my medium of choice, says Janice. There you go. Abigail says, exactly the reason I'm so scared of charcoal. The mess, yes. Yes. It would be messy, wouldn't it? Wendy says to Cherry, always drawing my in my highlights and shadows, which gives me a good map to follow. Yes, and a good map is always important. Definitely agree, Wendy. Yes. Dee says, I would say right now charcoal. Interesting. Okay, I didn't like pastel sticks and am allergic. Hate chalk. Oh, it's a shame. So afraid would like these. Okay. Wendy says 24-hour stream. I challenge you to sculpt something. Oh, God. Okay, I'm going to think about that one because it's not even in my headspace. Oh, Wendy. Oh, here we go. Wendy will sculpt if I sculpt in a stream. Oh, bloody hell. See? Chandri, you've opened up a can of worms. You've made me think down that track. And you said it so innocently too. Okay. Nanette said, I would never try a chainsaw sculpting. You know, I mean, I've seen it, but who knows? You end up chopping your arms off, wouldn't you? Okay, Louise says, great, Chrissy, look forward to it. Okay. Okay, use negative painting with the black paper as well. Okay, that's a very good point. I'm going to take all of that into consideration. Okay, Wendy agrees with Nanette. Yeah. Not with the chainsaw. Okay, many years ago. All right. Nanette says, I have done wheel thrown and hand-built pottery. Oh, really? Well, you know what? There's a program on it's not on Netflix, but there's a British program, and I forget the name of it. It's a pottery thing where it's a it's a bit like MasterChef where, people get knocked out of a competition and there's one, you know what I mean? But there's I can't remember what it's called. Cherry, you might be able to tell me. There's a British program and it's been going on for seasons. You might know it. Oh, maybe. Oh, I can't think of the name, but yes. That would be, having a potter's wheel and, making jugs and, that would be really interesting. Yeah, I mean, I've been looking at it and I'm thinking, no, I probably wouldn't try it, but I love looking at it. Okay, Jenna says, I haven't tried sculpting, but I have something similar coming up. Ooh, really? You have to say something. Okay, Linda says, I did once in high school, made a mushroom with a ladybug for a friend's birthday. She later threw it in the trash. Well, at least you did it, Linda. Okay, and Abigail says, Chrissy, I play with my kneaded eraser for and sometimes polymer clay or cold porcelain. Cold porcelain. Oh, that's nice. That's where people make like porcelain china, don't they? Like fine bone china, isn't it? Yes. Okay. Cherry says, saw at an exhibition a piece made of clay, people glued to a painted background. Very effective. Interesting. Rob says, I imagine the song Unchained Melody playing when Nanette is doing pottery. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay, there we go. Nanette got it. That's exactly it. The Great Pottery Throwdown. Have you been watching that, Nanette? Have you been watching that? I've been watching that. I can't get enough of it. I think it's excellent. Yes, that's the one. That is the one. Okay. Karen says, okay. Yes, that's the one. Okay, I think glass blowing would be interesting, but I think it would be scary. Yeah, I reckon it would be, hey, because you need, yeah, how would you do that? Yeah. Oh, okay, all right. I'd be back after I finish buying my ticket to the UK. Okay, it would be if I was there and, oh, okay, obviously I've missed a, okay, glass blowing is off the table, says Marcy, I see, yep. Yes, I've watched all the seasons. Love that judge who cries. I know, he bawls his brains out, doesn't he? But he's a very good potter and he's a very good judge. And he cries. Like he cries at the drop of a hat. Like I don't know how he does it like that. But then again, I get very passionate and very sooky. So I can understand what that feels like. So I'm a bit like that, I suppose. Getting very sooky. Yes. Yeah, he does. He cries. He cries all the time. I did pottery at school. Okay, didn't like clay up my nails. Yeah, no cold porcelain is a fancy name for a mix of cornstarch with glue. Oh, interesting. Didn't know that. Chrissy, your painting is coming along beautifully. I wish. But thank you, Rob. It's yeah, she's you know, Chrissy's a bit scary here at the moment, but that's okay. She'll come good, hey? She'll come good. Yeah. There is a glass blowing show on Netflix. I think it's called Blown Away. Well, I'm going to look for that too, Nanette. Hopefully, maybe, see, that's the US Netflix. Hopefully I can get it on the Australian one. I've just got to... Okay. Oh, you should put that in the chat. Yeah. Okay. Oh, g'day, Laramie. Hello, my friend. How you going? Nice to see you here. Okay. Yes. Okay. Well, I'm going to look for that one. Yeah, the glass blowing one as well. You know, there are so many things that people can do. I also love Forged in Fire. There you go. There's another one. Says Wendy. Very good show. I think, you know what? I think I've seen, excuse me just for a minute. I think I've seen that a long time ago. Okay, I'm trying to remember. Is it still going? Is it still? Is that show still going? That Forged in Fire one. Because I yeah. Okay. Yeah. But yes, no, I just think it's just incredible what people do, you know? Yeah, so, yeah, that pottery one, yeah, I mean, I love it, but I don't think I would, so yes, in answer to your, Chandri, your question, probably, yeah, probably I wouldn't do pottery, but I'd love, you know, oh, could you imagine? Maybe it is a fun, I mean, it is fun. I know it's fun, but oh, what would I do? I'll have to take you up on that challenge, Wendy. Oh, God. Let me think about that one, okay? I'm not going to say yes, because if I say yes, I'm in trouble, right? So, I'm not going to say yes. Let me do this black and white. Let me do this black and white one. And we'll see how I go with that one. Surely I should be all right. I mean, I love colour, but I will do the black and white one next week. I promise. I promise. Okay. Abigail says, I thought of a name that ended up with a job. Oh, I must have missed the conversation. Marcy says, I just finished blinging all... Oh, is that blinging? Blinging all this... binging. Sorry, I can't read. Writing is small. I just finished binging all the seasons of Glow Up. Makeup artist competing. So fun. Oh, that would be interesting. Well, that is an art as well, isn't it? Okay, Louise is going. Bye all. Got to get on with the day. I'm doing a large A2 watercolor painting for my grandson's 18th on the for the 19th of for August. Well, that's just around the corner, isn't it? It is him sitting on the wheel of a racing car. Wow, a challenge for sure. Well, Louise, if you're in with Share Your Art with Xrissart, we would love to see the progress of that. Please go ahead, post it there. We would love to. You can't talk about it and not show it, so definitely. But bye for now, Louise, and look forward to seeing it, hopefully. Wendy says, Chrissy can only commit to one challenge at a time. Yes, she has multiple pieces on the go. Very funny. Very funny. Moving right along. Okay. Okay. Netflix After Hours. Okay. Oh, no. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. You will share for sure. Oh, wonderful. Okay. Cool stuff. Yeah. Yes, no, black and white. Interesting. Now you're going to make me think of what project can I do? No colour. I'm told no colour. Black and white. You know what? I cannot remember the last time I did anything that was remotely like that, black and white. Hi Silke, how are you? Hello, welcome. Nice to see you here. Hope all is well up there in Queensland. It's probably beautiful and sunny and warm up there. I'm sure it is. And I'm so jealous. Wendy says, Chrissy, why do you always twist your people's noses and mouths? You know they are supposed to line up. Well, I tell you what, because with this portrait, I will show you what I look like. Well, not now, but my nose is crooked and my mouth is crooked. My whole thing, it's just crooked. I've got this crooked smile. Okay, before I go, a magpie, Chrissy. Oh, there you go. A magpie on black paper. Oh, that would be good. There you go. I've got ideas. That's a nice send-off. Nolani, hello. Hello, my darling. How you going? Nice to see you here. Okay, let's go here. Yes. I have to think about Have to think about what I'm going to do. Should I do a portrait that's in black and white? Probably. That would be good. Maybe do a portrait. That will test me, won't it? Seeing as I love doing them all in colour. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Oh, so what are you saying is that you make people look like Chrissy? Well, that explains a lot. Crooked noses and crooked smiles. That's right. They all look like me. Okay, yeah. Yeah, black and white. I mean, it is lovely, that medium too. I mean, it is. Oh my gosh, some of the artwork that I've seen is absolutely gorgeous. I just wonder how they do it. Geez, I hope I do this portrait, this self-portrait. I hope she looks like me. Wouldn't it be dreadful if it, you know. I hope she looks like me when I'm done. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to post when we're talking about portraits. I've just got to tweak it. My husband's portrait. Where we're in lockdown, and I ended up because he was talking to me about, you know, when are you going to do my portrait? When are you going to do my portrait? When are you doing? And I'm going. I told him and I showed him, and you know what? He was, because I tell you why I did that, because we're on lockdown and there is no way I can even get it to be framed until Christmas time, until after Christmas time, and I could not wait till then. I'm not joking you. I couldn't wait, and he just kept on going on and on about it, and I'm thinking, oh, jeepers creepers. So he loves it, by the way. He loves it, but I haven't been able to frame it behind glass. So he loves it a lot, by the way. And he goes, yep, that's me. He said, yep. And when he said, that's me, and I'm thinking to myself, oh my gosh, I was so relieved. You have no idea, out of all of the portraits that I've ever done, like 50 million of them, right? 50 million. And that was the one that was the most nerve-wracking one. That's got to be the challenge. There you go, Wendy. That's got to be the challenge. That's for your previous question, now that I think about it. That was the most scariest thing I've ever done, because I wanted it to look so much like him, and I wanted him to love it. And he does, and he's so happy about it. So there you go. And I know, so I will be posting it in the next few days. But yes, he likes it. Okay. Nolani says, funny y'all should be talking about black and white portraits. Found an inspiration for my self-portrait and made mine black and a grayscale. Yes. Now, Wendy says, we should save the pen and link the pen and ink to coloured ballpoint pens and watch her blend the colours. Chrissy, yes, you can do this before the sculpting if you want. Nope. That's not fair, you guys, making me do all of this. Chrissy, yes, it was him, and not a zombie him. That's right, because Wendy kindly mentioned all the flaws, and I adjusted it, which was perfect. Thank you, Wendy. Abigail says, Chrissy, I saw a tip of Jazza where he draws guidelines on his hands and then he draws it. He made it look so easy. Yeah, but we're talking Jazza here. Jazza, he is, for those who don't know who Jazza is, he's an Australian artist. He's based in Victoria, the state underneath the state where I live, and he is an awesome artist. he is just awesome. I can't rave about him enough. But yes, he is very adventurous and does all sorts of things, and has been around for a very long time. A very popular artist in the artist YouTube circle, if I can put it that way. Very much so. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. There you go. Wendy's put it in. Yeah. He is just, oh my gosh, he is just amazing. Amazing artist. Oh. He's had 2 studios. Now he's up to his 3rd new studio, and it's almost like a major art corporation, isn't it, Wendy? It's like, you know, that's what it's like. It really is a studio, a studio that's got lots of rooms in it. It is just, but you know what? Good luck to him, and I'm so happy for him. He is just amazing. He also gets sooky as well, doesn't he? For those who have seen him, he does get sooky too, doesn't he? What is it with us Aussies getting sooky all the time? We get sooky. This will be interesting. I hope Chrissy looks like Chrissy here. I hope she looks like Chrissy. Oh gosh, here we go. This is going to be something. Here we go. I hope I can pull it off. How about that? I hope I can pull it off. And I have to do this quick smart because I've got to have it finished by the 31st of August. Remember, the 31st of August for all of those submitting their self-portraits. 31st of August, wherever you are in the world. So, for example, because Australia, we're in the future, obviously, you know. Yeah. Okay, define sooky, says Nanette. Sooky means I'm always getting emotional, crying, you know, but it doesn't have to be sad. It's just crying, like happy tears, sad tears, but yeah, sooky. Yeah. There you go. Wendy was saying it's a 2-story warehouse, soundproofing. Yeah, they've got like on-air lights in front of their studio, so you know that there is filming going on. Okay, soundproofing in 2 of the rooms when he records. Yes, open offices upstairs. It's amazing. Love is oh, yeah. There you go. Emotional, says Abigail. Yeah, that's me, Suki. Well, you guys, okay. Australian slang for feeling sulky and complainy with connotations of needing affection. There you go. Did you look that up? Did you? That sounds like that's Wendy Googling it for sure. But that's pretty much it. Australian slang. Did it really say Australian slang, Wendy? Oh, Australian slang. No wonder Nanette asked what defines sooky. Oh, there you go. See, who says you don't learn anything on this channel? You learn to speak Australian for a start. Oh, wow, that's so funny. Yeah. So what's another thing we say that you need clarification on? Let me see. What's another thing? Complaining, whinging, and sad, jealous. Oh, there you go. Oh, is this another definition of sooky? Is that right? Oh, my God. And is that in the dictionary? Oh, my gosh. Well, I'm not complaining and I'm not whinging, and I'm not sad and I'm not jealous, but it's the other description. Feeling sulky and maybe not complainy, with connotations of needing affection. Yeah, well, that's probably more. But yeah, Suki, yeah, getting emotional, pretty much, getting emotional. See? So now, well, I'm sure. I wonder if the people in the UK, because the UK and the Aussies, we have the same kind of wording. And I wonder, Cherry's from the UK here, and so is Rob. Who else is from the UK here? I'm sure you wouldn't have had to have asked me what Suki meant. I'm sure, or would you? No, there's no way. No way. You wouldn't have had to ask me what that meant. But yes. Well, you know, like you got, like, you know, up there in the Northern Hemisphere in Europe and you know, all up there in the US, I'm sure that, you know, you've explained things to me when you say something. So there you go. Yeah. Yep. All right. Okay. All right. Chrissy is looking a bit weird, but that's okay. This is all good. It's all good stuff. Okay. I think I will be calling it. Let me see. Hang on. Okay. How do you? Okay. How do you call chips? Like oh yeah, potato chips. Okay. No, we call them chips. We call them chips. We don't call them potato crisps or fries. We don't call them fries. We call them chips here in Australia. But when we do say fries, it's because we've adopted some of the American words. But yes, we do say chips here. When we say fish and chips, we don't say chip, you know, fish and fries. We don't do that. We say chips. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Oh, Cherry says we don't use Suki here. So I'm glad Nanette asked. There you go. Okay. All right. And Wendy said, okay, maybe Chrissy will actually look like her. Or is this going to be a zombie Chrissy? No, it's going to be a Chrissy, not a zombie Chrissy. Abigail, I can write a book of all the mistakes I have made in Dutch. Well, there you go. I could guess what Suki meant by the context, but we don't use that word that we know of. Oh, well, there you go. Well, then it's very Australian, isn't it? Very Aussie. There we go. Not the fries, the crisp style thing. Yeah. Chips. We say chips. True. We say chips. Yeah, like the potato chips that you get in a packet of, you know, yeah, chips. I think it looks like Chrissy so far. There you go. Oh, okay. All right, folks. Wanted to say thank you all so much for joining, for all of us hanging out together, which is always so fun, so fun. How many languages do you speak? Oh, Abigail. Oh, she would speak a few for sure. She'd have to be, let me see, Dutch, German, because I know Chandri speaks quite a few languages too. Dutch, German, I reckon. Hebrew, probably. Yes. And English. I reckon 4 or 5 languages. Okay, a bag of crisps. There you go. Cherry says crisps. Abigail says 3. There you go. Silke says, Chrissy, I think it already looks like you. Well done. Okay, thank you so much. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for hanging around. Next week, it's going to be a black and white one. Hopefully, I'll see if I can finish this within the week or so, or by its due date, and submit it myself, but I'm not in the running, of course. There you go. Hang on. Let's have a look. There you go. Chandri, 3 to 5 languages. Whoa. Dutch, Hebrew, English. Yes. Hebrew, maybe. Okay. Chandri speaks more languages. Wow. That's just amazing. Very clever people. Very clever people. You're all very clever. All very clever. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Nice to see you all, and we'll see you all next week. So, same Chrissy channel, same